should you do cardio? It's a question I get asked all the time. Is cardio going to affect my gains? How much cardio should I do? What type of cardio should I do? Well, we're talking about all things cardio in today's episode. So strap in, get ready for episode 144. Let's go.
I've always been that skinny guy.
Why can't I gain muscle mass?
What do I do in the gym?
They said I'd always be skinny.
This is your complete source for how to gain lean muscle and break out of your skinny body. From nutrition to getting the most out of your workouts and everything in between. We know just how frustrating gaining muscle mass can be, but don't worry, we've got you covered. You're listening to the Bones to Bulk podcast.
Hey, welcome to today's episode. My name is Brian Parody, and I will be your host today. And before we dive into today's content, if you are sick of where you're at physically, and believe me, I've been at a place where I've been sick of where I've been physically. So I understand that. But if you're at that point and you are ready to make a change but need some guidance, I offer one-on-one training. It's an 8-week program where I create a custom meal plan, a custom workout plan for you based around your needs, based around what you have access to. It's not cookie cutter. And then I walk with you on that journey for 8 weeks. Every week I'll be talking with you constantly. We'll do a weekly video call and I will help get you to your goal. So don't go this alone. Don't keep floundering. Don't keep going back and forth. Learn the foundational things you need to know, and I can help you do that. So you can find out more at bonestobulk.com. It's right on the homepage. Just scroll down a little bit. You'll see my one-on-one training. All right, with that being said, let's dive in. So cardio. Often I get asked if I'm building muscle and trying to put on some mass, should I do cardio in addition? And it's not as easy as a yes or no answer, but we're going to dive into it. So first off, just because you go and do some cardio a few times a week, it doesn't mean you're going to lose all your muscular gains. You gain muscle by the amount you eat and by lifting. They have to go hand in hand. You can't gain muscle if you're not lifting, and you can't gain muscle if you're not eating enough. So you've got to be doing both of those things. So if you are successfully doing that, if you're eating the right amount and you're lifting weights and you're seeing muscle mass be put on, and then you're considering adding in cardio, add it in. There's nothing wrong with adding in cardio. Now, I wouldn't do cardio every single day, but 3-4 times a week, sure, cardio is great for us. It's great for our cardiovascular system, obviously, and it's going to help your endurance in the gym when you're lifting. It's going to have a lot of benefits. Now, the thing to keep in mind is, yes, you are going to be burning more calories in a day. So if you struggle to keep on weight, if you're struggling to keep on your mass, yes, it is going to make it harder, but you can kind of fix that just by eating more. So it's kind of this give and take, If you're getting in 30 minutes, let's say on a run a day, then you need to calculate how many calories you're burning in that 30-minute run, and you need to account for that in your food plan. You can't just do one without changing up the way you eat. It's the same thing where if you're wanting to gain muscle, you've got to increase the amount you're eating in order to gain that muscle. It's no different with the running. You're burning more calories in the day, so to keep what you have on or to build, you've got to still increase what you're eating. But cardio is great for us. And do you have to run? No. You don't have to run. We immediately always think that the only method of cardio is running. And if you love running, then hats off to you. My wife, she loves to get out and run. She says it's therapeutic. For me, I think I need to see a therapist when I'm done running because it's so, I just can't stand it. So everybody's different. And if running isn't your thing, try biking. Whether it's on a bike in a gym or you actually get a bike and just go out in nature and bike ride, like mountain biking, street biking, whatever. There's ellipticals, there's row machines. There's you can just grab a jump rope and jump rope. That's actually one of the most effective ways to burn calories is jump roping. One of the most calorie intensive burning exercises. Swimming is great. If you love swimming, swimming is a great exercise. We usually just think of swimming as leisure, but if you're swimming laps, that is an intense, awesome workout. So don't limit yourself in your beliefs of what cardio looks like. And don't overestimate walking. Walking at a brisk pace is so good for us. It doesn't have to be running. You're moving. We forget that movement is healthy. Regardless of what type of movement it is, it's still good for us. So don't get caught in this box of I have to run in order to do cardio. And again, if you're trying to gain weight or mass, you're just going to have to figure in how much you're burning and increase your calories by that much so you don't lose any further muscle mass. If you're trying to drop some body fat percentage, cardio is also super, super essential because, and especially the steady state cardio, because when we go out and do something very intensive cardio wise, like for a run, when you bust out running, guess what? Your body is tapping into your carb stores. So it's going to burn through your carb stores before it burns into your fat stores. Whereas if we go for just a brisk walk where it's not quite as intensive, we're tapping into our fat stores right away. Our body doesn't have to tap into those carbohydrate stores because it's not intensive enough. So steady state cardio, something low impact, low intensity, is really, really good for dropping down that body fat percentage. And that's where a lot of people kind of are that I talk to. You have the muscle mass and you're kind of happy, but you'd like to just be a little bit leaner. And oftentimes when we add in just a little bit of steady state cardio every day or 4 days a week, it can be very beneficial. Again, if you're really struggling to gain, I wouldn't do it every day. Like I wouldn't. But if you are trying to lean out a little bit and get that more cut, more defined look, drop some body fat percentage, then absolutely do it every day. The whole cutting, bulking, you know that I don't believe in like the dirty bulking and then you cut, and I don't believe in that whole thing. You can do a lean bulk. Now, with that being said, you may do your lean bulk and you may be happy with the muscle you gain and the way your body's looking, but you may still want to lean out just slightly because it's always this growing process. We don't really know what the end goal is until we kind of get close to it. You know what I mean? And so we may have in mind, like, I want to get up to 165 or I want to get up to 170 or I want to get up to 200 or whatever it may be for you. But you want to be like lean muscle at that weight. And then you get up to that certain weight and you find, you know what? I don't feel good at this weight. I need maybe to cut some weight off. Then start incorporating some steady state cardio. Yeah, drop your calories just slightly and slightly. Don't do too much. Don't go into like a 500 calorie deficit a day to lean out a little bit. And here's the thing. If you are wanting to lean out, you can add some steady state cardio in and you don't really need to change the calories, depending on how much you're wanting to lose. If you're just wanting to lose a little bit, then yeah, just add in some cardio. Don't worry about changing up your calories because you're going to be burning more in a day and it's going to help you hit that goal. Now, if you're trying to lose a lot of weight, then yes, you're going to have to incorporate the cardio and the weight training and the calorie deficit. But we're not really talking about that in this episode. As you lower that body fat percentage, yes, you are going to drop some pounds. You can't lose body fat percentage without dropping some overall weight. So yes, you're going to see the scale go down. But often what you may find as you see the scale go down is you may look bigger. I know this sounds crazy, but because your muscles are more defined, so your muscles look bigger as you lose body fat percentage. So you will look like you weigh more than you actually do, if that makes sense. So it's kind of this weird give and take, and it's kind of a trial and error thing to find that perfect point for you because we're all different. You can't take 2 5'8" guys who are the same age and everything and expect them to have the body they want at the same exact weight because body compositions are so different. For what may look good on one may not look good on the other, or may not feel good. And so you've got to kind of do a little bit of trial and error when you're getting close to kind of hitting your goal that you set when you set out to do all this. So don't be discouraged if you have to play around with it a little bit. Definitely add in some steady state cardio. Even if you want to stay exactly the same as you are, you still should be incorporating some cardio, even if it's just steady state cardio, some low impact stuff, because it's so good for our bodies. Now, again, if you're struggling with holding weight, I wouldn't do it every day, but 3-4 times a week for sure. Just even 15-20 minutes. It can be a walk after dinner. It can be putting the treadmill on an incline after your weight training and doing that. Like, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, but just get something in because it is so good for you. Personally, I just like getting out and walking. I like being out in the fresh air. It does something for me being outside. So, and again, different things work for everybody. So find what works for you. Don't be overly concerned with the cardio just making you lose masses of muscle because that's not really going to happen. Just account for it, account for those calories. So I hope you found this helpful, and please find us on social media. We are everywhere: Instagram, Pinterest. We have a great Facebook group, an awesome community of people over there. So if you're on Facebook, check out that. You can just search Bones to Bulk, join the group. And with that being said, remember, you can accomplish any goal you set your mind to. You've got this.